Hi guys, today I'm going to explain to you SAP BI interview questions. These are the questions which obviously I have faced and a number of my students has been faced already. They're typical questions being asked by a recruiter. Um, on YouTube and Google, you can see there's a lot of definition questions there. What InfoSet is, what is InfoCube. I'm not gonna go on those ones because most of the companies, recruiters don't ask that kind of questions. They do if they feel like you're a fresher, but people have a experience, some kind of experience in the project management or the project they have done. They mainly focus on you company and technical questions. So let's start this. First thing you have to understand, the first thing recruiter is more interested is in you. So let's now ask you a question like, tell me about yourself. This means that he's really interested in, about you, not for your company and the work you run is all about you. How long you have working SAP BI, explain to him how long you have worked, what achievement you have done um, in these years. Um, are you doing permanent roles or a contract based? Basically, he's asking that if you are on contract roles, why you have chosen a contract role, or if you have permanent roles, why you have chosen a permanent role. It totally depend on the requirement of the job. If it's permanent, he can ask me a contract question, or if it's contract, he can ask a permanent question. What is your future plan? If we're asking you what's your future plans with regards to BI, do you want to change the SAP module, or is there anything you want to do so in future? If the company implementing HANA and you're saying that you have to go to HANA, this is a plus point in your favor. How do you plan your day? Basically, once you start your day, what your preferences are, and how do you plan your day with regards to your job responsibilities? um, do you prefer to work in a team or alone? A lot of SAP jobs depend. It's kind-based jobs, so it's again depend on the requirement of the job. If it's kind-based, you have to answer according to that. Why do you want to leave your current position? The reason you want to leave, you have to explain that. Um, do you like to traveling? Means that again, a company has their clients all over the place, and they want to see that you're okay to travel if you have to. After this, the second slide is gonna be the company questions. What was your last project? Obviously, he's more interested to know what was your project. Explain the whole project, what you done. The whole means that the layout of the project. Describe your role in that project. What was your roles and responsibility in the project? Explain that. What was size of your team? Is asking your whole team size. Explain to him your team lead, the project manager, the SAP BA team, and FICO team. Um, how many people you have and how you work. How many BI users you are taking care of. Um, the users which are under the queries which you answered, all that kind of questions you have to make sure you explain to him in detail. Which source system was your company using? Explain to him the source systems. Is if it's not if it's external source system, internal system, if this is something which company obviously has rather than BI, explain that system, for example Siva systems, any other systems. Explain to me situation where you failed to deliver your target, because be honest, because we are human beings, we are not robots, so we make mistakes, and then obviously we overcome our mistakes. So be honest with the recruiter, just explain to him what you done and how you overcome the situation. Then it's more into technical questions. Describe how you use Excel as a comparative to BX. It's outsourced. Obviously, the Excel is something which you can use in uh, Business Explorer or BX queries. Describe your level of expertise. Obviously, you have to explain how expert you are with regards to tables and formatting. If the company requires a ABAP, he's gonna ask you your experience about ABAP. Uh, Describe your hands-on experience of ASV. Obviously, methodology means that obviously you have to explain to him um, uh, project preparation, blueprint, implementation, testing. Um, Go more details about that. Then describe your experience with third-party reporting. Means like have you done the report? Is basically asking you have you done the reporting for like crystal reporting, dashboard, universe. If you have done that, explain to him. De Describe your experience with regards to um, implementation of standard and customize info cubes. If we have created any customized info cube, just explain to him as or a standard. Just explain to him mostly it's a standard info cube they are working, but explain to him if we have implemented. If you are fresher, um, uh, just for guidelines, we don't create many customized info cubes. It depends on the business requirements. So if you're fresher and you're training, while you're training, you create a 10 info cubes, 20 info cubes. That's how it's normally not work in real time. So when you answer this question, just careful. Um, how many info cubes you have implemented from the start to end by yourself? Again, the data flow is asking for info cube. If you have done in your job or any experience you have with the situation experience you have with the info cube, let's explain that. After this, again, describe your experience with requirements definition, and then basically is asking about the information is more like the function side of the data gathering, the first phase of preparation of the project. To explain to him what, if we have any kind of experience, is basically data gathering and the requirement you need for the project. What experience you have creating a function techniques specification. Explain to him if we have techno or functional experience. Describe any testing experience you have. Again, it depends on the requirement of the uh, business or the requirement of the company as well. If the company require a person who needs to do testing, then this question gonna be asked. Describe your experience with the BW extractors. Um, they can ask you about the extractors, BW extractors. Explain to him extractors, the data sources you have used in ECC, how to enhance the data sources, and if you have created any extractors. The last thing is good luck. Hopefully, it is helpful for you. The reason I have uploaded this video because when I go through some videos, is more like a standard HR um, interview questions. So I feel like these are the mainly questions which I have faced a lot, and my students have faced a lot. So hopefully, it's gonna help you out. Thank you very much.